So we'll go for mathematical analysis of non-recursive algorithms. Okay, mathematical analysis of non-recursive algorithms. So what is this mathematical analysis? Mathematical analysis of non-recursive algorithms. We will try to calculate, we will try to analyze what is time complexity for non-recursive algorithms. Later in the next coming classes, we'll try to analyze time complexity for recursive algorithms. Okay, so here when we are speaking about this mathematical analysis of non-recursive algorithms, first so we should keep some points in our mind. The general plan. Okay, general plan. What is this general plan? What is this general plan? Okay, so first we should decide on decide on a parameter or the input size. Okay, we should decide on a parameter. So what is this? This indicates a input size. First we should decide on the input size. Okay, these are the steps we will follow while analyzing the non-recursive algorithms. Second, what we should do once we decide on the input size, then we'll go for identifying the algorithm's basic operation. Okay, once we decide the input size, then we will identify the algorithm's basic operation. Okay, identify the algorithm's basic operation, right? Later we will see what is this basic operation and all. Okay, next, once we identify the algorithm's basic operation, then what we should do? Check. So we should check whether how many times this basic operation is going to execute. Okay, check the number of times basic operation. So I will take this as a BO. Number of times the basic operation is executed. Okay, check the number of times basic operation is executed. Okay, once we analyze and once we finalize, then what we will do? Then we will set up the sum expression. Okay, we will set up the sum expression. Okay, so that is what will be the sum expression? The number of times the basic operation is executed. Okay, then we'll set up the sum expression. What is the sum expression? This indicates the number of times the basic operation is executed. Once this is finished, then by using the standard rules and the formulas, we will evaluate this sum expression. Okay, evaluate the sum expression by using the standard summation and rules formulas. Okay, clear? Okay, so this is a general plan for analyzing the non-recursive algorithms. Kindly remember here, this is very important topic. Okay, and the question which is asked many times, write the general plan for mathematical analysis of non-recursive algorithms. Okay, so first what we will do? First decide on the input size. Once input size is fixed, then we'll go for identifying the algorithm's basic operation. Then we'll check how many times this basic operation is executed. Next we'll make a some expression such that this will be based on the number of times this basic operation is executed. Once an expression is built, then we'll go to solve that expression. Then we'll go to solve or evaluate that particular expression. Clear? Okay. Now to solve this sum expression, I told this is based on the standard summation rules. Standard summation rules. Okay. Let me take a rule. Okay. So suppose if you are having this summation I is equals to L to U. Okay. L to U. So suppose if you are having like this CAI. Suppose if you are having expression like this. So how to evaluate this? Summation I is equals to L to U, C A I is there, then we will evaluate this as we will take C outside, then summation I is equals to L to U, A I. Suppose if you are having the terms A1, 2, 3, 4 up to AN like that, so AI. So we will evaluate we will take the constant outside and we will evaluate this. We will take this one. Okay. So this is rule 1. Okay, this is rule 1. Similarly, suppose if we are having, so these are used to evaluate whatever the sum expression is built. To evaluate this one, we will use this basic rules. Okay, summation rules. Okay, so this is one. Next, let us take if we are having this one. Summation I is equals to L to U. So here we are having AI plus or minus BI. Like this if you are having, then we can take this as like this. Summation I is equals to L to U. Okay, we can have separate. We can rearrange this one. So AI, okay, again plus or minus. If it is plus means we can take only plus. If it is minus, we can take minus. Okay, summation I is equals to L to U BI. So we can evaluate that, we can take this or we can rearrange this as a separate. Okay, this is rule 2. Okay, this is rule 2. Let me take. Clear? So if you are having like this CAI, then we can take this C outside. Okay, then we can take this C outside and we can have like this summation I is equals to L to U and AI. Okay. Similarly, suppose if we are having summation rules like this. Suppose if you are having summation rules like this. Okay. So summation I is equals to L to U and 1. Okay. So 1 is basic operation counter. Okay. Suppose if you are having like this, so how to solve this one? We will take upper bound U. Okay. We'll take upper bound U minus lower bound plus 1. Okay. Suppose if you are having like this, summation I is equals to L to U 1. 1 is a basic operation counter. Later we will come to know how to find this one. Okay. Suppose if you are having like this, then how to simplify this one? Upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. What is upper bound? U. What is lower bound? L. So U minus L plus 1. Okay. U minus L plus 1. Here. Okay. U minus L plus 1. Similarly, suppose if you are having like this, summation I is equals to 1 to N. Okay. Suppose if you are having, so here I will be there. Summation I is equals to 1 to N. So here I will be there. Okay. Now it will be. Now how to solve this one? How to solve? Right. So this is same. So now you just substitute this I value here. You just substitute this I value here. So when I is equals to 1, so this value will be 1. So summation rule means here plus will be there. I is equals to 2. So 2. When I is equals to 3, 3. When I is equals to 4, 4, and so on up to n. Just see here. We are having a rule. Sorry, we are having summation I is equals to 1 to n I. So I am just substituting the I value from 1 to n. First time if I substitute 1, so I am taking 1. Next time 2. Next time 3. Next time 4. So it is going up to n. So when I simplify this one, if I simplify, what we will get? If you simplify this one, what we will get?
n into n plus 1 by 2.
N into n plus 1 by 2. Is there any doubt how we got this one? Kindly respond, please. I hope you already studied how the Gauss has proved this one. Right? N into n plus 1 by 2. Kindly respond, please. Is there any doubt how we got this one?
Once more, sir, please.
Which one? Okay. See here, if we are having like this, summation I is equals to 1 to n. Summation I is equals to 1 to n I. Then simply I am substituting the I with I values. Okay. Simply I am substituting I with I values. Okay. So here I is equals to 1. So it is 1. Next time when I is 2, it is 2. Next time when I is 3, it is 3. So we should go from 1 to n. Right. So hence we are going 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 and so on up to n. Right. So when 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to n is there, then this can be simplified as n into n plus 1 by 2 by Gauss. Right. Clear?
Yes,
How?
sir.
Very simple. So just we are having 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to n. Next time we just reverse this one. So n plus n minus 1 plus n minus 2. So here up to 1. So here, right? So when you find summation of these two. So when we find summation, what will be happening? So this is n plus 1, right? This one. So, right? So when we find summation, so this 1 and n, so it is n plus 1. Similarly now 2 plus n minus 1. So when we combine this 2 plus n minus 1, what happens? So n 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So n plus n plus 1. Are you getting? Right. Similarly this one. Similarly you add this n minus 2 with this 3. So what we will get here? Again we will get n plus 1. Right. And so on up to n plus 1. So what is this? So we are getting n times n plus 1. Right. We are getting n times n plus 1. Here? Yes or no? So we are getting n times n plus 1 here. Now if I take this one, so this is, suppose this is 2 times summation I is equals to 1 to n I. So here, so this will be calculated. So this will be gone. So we are left with only n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, I hope this you already studied. Just to remember how we got this one, I solved this. Clear? Okay, so these are the rules you should remember when you are analyzing the mathematical analysis of non-recursive algorithms. That is when you are calculating the time complexity. Okay, it is taking time. Okay, clear? Kindly remember this one. If you are having like this, summation I is equals to 1 to n I, then directly you can write this one. If you are having the summation expression of this form, if you are having this one like this, then you simplify as upper limit minus lower limit plus 1. Upper limit minus lower limit plus 1. So if you are having like this, summation I is equals to L to U AI plus BI, then individually you can simplify, you can rearrange. If you are having like this, you take this C outside and you can write in terms of A. Okay, now let me take one example. Now. One simple example I will take now. Remaining I will take in the next class. Which one shall we take? Okay. So let me take to find maximum element in array. Okay. To find maximum element in array. Okay. So to find a maximum element in the array. So what is algorithm? Maximum element. Let me take. So one array will be given 0 to n. Let us take. Okay. So in this array, we should find the maximum element. So first what we will do? First we will assign maximum element as a of 0. First I will assume the first element is maximum element. Okay. Later what I will do, so when we are given an array, okay, when we are given an array, so here an array of elements is given. So first I am assuming this is a maximum element, right? So this is the maximum element. So I will compare this element with the a of 0. I will compare this element with a of 0. If this maximum is greater than this a of 0, then I will leave it as it is without changing. Else, if a maximum is not greater than this a of 0 or a of 1 array element, then I will change the maximum value. So what I should do? First I am assigning this first element as maximum. Then up to n I should compare. Next I will compare this with this one. Next I will compare this with this one. Next I will compare this with this one. Up to the n I should keep on comparing, right? Suppose if I am not finding any of the maximum element in this array that is greater than the max value, then whatever the value we are having in this max, it is a maximum element. Did you understood the algorithm? Okay. Now, since I am considering this a of 0 as maximum element, I should go from 1 to n. From 1 to n, I should go on comparing this maximum element. So for that, what I can take? I can take the one for loop for I is equals to 1 to 1 to for I is equal, since we are going with 0 to n means we will be having only n minus 1 elements from 1 to n minus 1. So we should do, right? So what we should do, we should compare if a of I is greater than max. If a of I is greater than this max, then what we should do, we should exchange this one, means we should store max with the value of a of I. Is it right? Kindly respond please. Finally, once this for loop is finished, then we should return max value. Then we should return the max value. Clear? Is it right? Kindly respond please. Is this algorithm right for finding the maximum element in the array? Okay, I didn't get any response. I didn't get any response. Can you hear my voice?
Understood, sir.
Okay. So quickly we'll find, see here, see, quickly we are here, we'll make one analysis, okay? Now you just see here, this will be executed only once. Initially, a of 0 will be stored in a max, right? Initially, a of 0 will be stored in a max, right? Okay. Now this one, how many times this will be executing? See, first time it is executing here. Next time. So it is going up to n minus 1, right? It is going up to n minus 1. Now here, coming to this one, if a of I is greater than max, if a of I is greater than max, then this will be executed. If not, this will not be executed. Kindly remember, if this is true, then it will be executed. If this is false, this will not be executed at all. Which one? Max is equals to a of I. Okay. Again, it is not a basic operation. Right? Now, this comparison will be executed for each loop here. For each iteration, this comparison will be executed one time. Kindly respond, please. For each iteration, this comparison statement will be executed one time. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So means, so this is the basic operation. Compulsory, this will be executed. Compulsory, this will be executed. So we identified the input size is n. First step, identify the input size. Input size is n. Second step, what is second step? What is the second step? We gave general plan, right?
Identifying basic operation
First
algorithm.
input size identified n. Identify the algorithm's basic operation. So we identified its comparison as a basic operation. For each iteration, this is getting executing, right? So this is basic operation. Basic operation is comparison. Once it is done, what is the third step? Check how many times this is executing, right? Check how many times the basic operation is executing. See, from 1 to n minus 1 times, this basic operation is getting executed. Yes sir, if I is equals to 1, so it is getting executed. If I is equals to 2, again it will be executed. If I is equals to 3, again it will be executed. So from I is equals to 1 to n minus 1, it is executing one time, right? If I is equals to 1, it is executing one time. If I is equals to 2, it is executing 2 times. If I is equals to 3, it is executing 3 times. So that is from I is equals to 1 to n minus 1. From I is equals to 1 to n minus 1, the basic operation is executing 1 time. Here, if I iterates 1 time for loop, then basic operation will be executed 1 time. If I goes 2 times, then it will be executing 2 times. Clear? Now we got this one. Suppose if I take the basic operation count as C of n is equals to this many times, it will be basic operation will be executed, right? Is it clear? See, one is for each iteration, basic operation is executing. See, for each iteration, basic operation is executing 1 time. That is what this one, that is what I am writing here. Okay. Now, how many times this will be executing? From 1 to n minus 1 times, this will be executing. That is what we are writing. From 1 to n minus 1 times, it is executing. Clear? Is it clear? Now you simplify this one. Now you simplify this. I is equals to 1 to n minus 1. So in which form it will come? In which form it will come? This form. Right? Now if I simplify this, what is the answer I am getting here? N minus 1 upper limit minus lower limit plus 1. Right? Upper limit, that is n minus 1, u minus l plus 1. So what is u? U is n minus 1. What is l? L is 1. L is 1. And plus 1 is this one. So if I simplify this, what I am going to get? So minus 1 plus 1 will be cancelled. So we are left with only n minus 1. N minus 1. So it is approximately equal to, when we take the order of growth, it is n. So it is taking n. So it will not come to a worst. So hence we are taking theta of n. Okay. So here our concentration is mostly on the basic operation, and remaining these constant operations we can neglect when we are calculating the time complexity. Clear? Is it clear? Kindly respond, please. So we are getting, when we solve this one, we are getting n minus 1. Okay, we are getting n minus 1. So when we take the order of growth, we are taking n. So it is theta of n. Okay, so this is what the analysis of non-recursive algorithm, mathematical analysis of non-recursive algorithm. Clear? Kindly respond, please.
Yes.
Yes, sir.